Well, I just turned our mics on so we can be the music.
Oh.
Well, that was cool.
Mission Impossible, Mission Impossible.
We'll have to post that one by itself.
Just when I thought I had a week where nothing went wrong.
We'll have to post that one separate.
Can you hear this? Oh, you can't.
No, I can't.
Can't hear nothing. What'd you do there?
I don't know.
Oh,
we hear ourselves?
the sounds, the sounds.
Wait a second. Maybe it's streamed and we can't hear it because it's going back on the. You just go ahead with the show. I will sort this out.
All right, hey, Spark of Madness.
Should we start over?
Just like the movie.
Yeah.
Nothing. Things go wrong.
Yeah, things go wrong, but we're
Spark and Madness Impossible.
Yeah.
Oh, my arm. Oh, jeez.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to fix every little problem that happens.
Listener or watcher.
And they will.
Listener or watcher, your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to continue.
Look at that cool
To
shot.
continue watching.
Yeah, I promise it'll get it a little bit more exciting from here. So yeah, this is Spark of Madness podcast. I'm Matt. That's Ben with half a shoulder, and that's Aaron. And we talk about movies and rate them at the end. And this week we're talking about we're actually doing a new movie, Mission Impossible Fallout, which is the 6th.
Yes.
This MI6.
MI6.
They're not MI6.
Hey, MI6 is in the movie.
That's another one.
Perfect. They planned it this way.
I'm thinking we will probably get to talking about some of the other movies too, I would imagine. I'm thinking about Ben and I will be talking about some of the other movies.
I've seen the first one.
Is that true?
I've seen the first one and this one.
Wow.
I've seen all of them except for the last one, other than this one.
I binged all of them up to now.
Would you?
So,
Yeah, really? Wow.
I really should have done that, but
I
I was
hadn't-
fixing problems on the stream, and
yeah. I hadn't. So in rewatching them, I didn't have a good memory of any of them except for the first one.
Which is the best?
The other ones I had seen either a good majority of or the whole thing. I hadn't seen the one you haven't seen, Ben, Rogue Nation, until recently.
Oh.
But, yeah.
Where'd you watch that?
On my TV.
Oh, wow.
exclusive viewing.
You have a TV?
What must that be like?
Wow.
Yeah. Everything through a computer.
You know,
okay.
Aaron has a TV too.
Yeah, it's pretty old.
Yeah. You've got a TV. We all got a TV behind us.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, so while we're doing this, Aaron, you're going to pull up some fake mustaches for us to like superimpose over our faces.
Oh yeah, I got that.
Because Henry Cavill, the whole Henry Cavill thing.
I'll
is
do
part of
that.
this. All right.
Oh, yeah, okay,
He's
yeah.
really going to do it. Okay.
Oh.
So Ben, let's talk about the movie while he does that. Mission Impossible Fallout. Do you want to kind of? This is like a brand new movie. We haven't done like a non-spoilery version before. It's Mission Impossible. Like, there's no difference. Right?
Nobody dies.
Yeah, that's true.
The heroes win.
Yeah.
There you go.
Basically,
Get right out of town.
What is different with this one, though, or unique that is non-spoilery, but also
There's nothing unique because at the end there's a climactic helicopter sequence. Just no train.
Quite right.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
true.
it.
We're just
It's the same thing.
The time is a flat circle.
There's
we go
cool.
around and around.
But there's no. But he doesn't say red light, green light. You know.
That's true. I missed that.
But how can the gum that you don't chew can stick to a helicopter? That's what I want to know.
From the first one.
Yeah.
You can't get on board
I
until
just
you know.
remember that sequence just now. I haven't watched it forever.
Why wouldn't the gum stick to the helicopter?
I don't know. It's funny that some.
It did like really. It got really gooey really quick. The first.
Are you
Oh.
are you
Red light.
getting on them about gooiness
But did
gum?
he have to say
absolutely
red
not.
light, green light while he was hanging from a helicopter?
I would have done it.
Yeah. You gotta have quips. Gotta have quips if you're in that. If you're in the
It's a
IMF.
cheesy espionage movie.
Well, do you remember like the first one had floppy discs
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in
computer.
1996.
96.
and phones? People had rotary phones.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Are you guys vamping?
Talk about a real
Yeah.
Mission Impossible.
Are you vamping?
No.
No.
We're just talking.
I love it.
Excellent. There we go. For the whole podcast. Just add a beard on top of his beard.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
Ho, ho,
And then we'll
ho.
do some reshoots later where you got to
Turn
take
towards
it
the
off.
ca- there
you
we
got to take
go.
it out. So if you're listening to the podcast, go check out the video. We
I think
put
that
Henry Cavill beards on us and
And
mustaches.
it's gone.
Yeah.
But no, now it's gone.
Oh, it's
Now
gone.
Continue, Matt.
You need to put like a fake.
Look at Matt's.
You need to
fake
put like a
beard.
clean face over mine.
Oh.
For the
right.
full
Yeah,
Superman.
no, I'm not gonna do that.
Can
You're
we
gonna get
restart the
another beard.
podcast?
There you go.
There you go. Look at him.
All right, Mission Impossible Fallout. So this movie, what I thought was interesting was that they've always.
It keeps moving.
Okay,
I'm tracking.
you're getting
All right.
distracted.
I'm listening.
What's interesting about this one, although they have some playthrough characters, like Ving Rhames is in almost all. He's in all of them.
as far as I know.
The second one,
We have the meat.
he just appeared. No, the third one. Third one, he just has a cameo at the very end.
He does, Ethan. I brought some Arby's. I was waiting.
He got a chance to act in this one. He had a long
He's
little
good actor.
monologue. Yeah.
But he needs someone needs to put him in a movie and put a gag of him like eating Arby's. Just do
Just
it.
one. Yeah.
Or bring in some meat.
One time.
Make him a butcher. You know,
He's just
I had the
eating
meat.
a sandwich.
That's what he says.
So they have characters who come play through. Then Simon Pegg is in like
Now he's
the
become,
last
he's
four of
become
them.
a regular ever
Yeah.
since J.J. Abrams took over. The third one?
Yes, third one is JJ directing.
Because J.J.
and
Abrams
producing.
liked him. I wonder if
Yeah.
Simon Pegg had. Any, you know what?
I mean, he's basically playing the version of the Scottish Irish guy in the second one. It's the same character.
he's basically. Yeah, you're right.
but more better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more better. Yeah, a lot more better.
A lot
Better?
more betterist.
But he's also like is it Q or M or what's Q? Q and James
Q.
Bond.
They're a little bit different. I think there's a little.
Well,
bit of difference.
they're both British.
Right.
but
so they're the same. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, they are. They're all British
All British
people.
people are
They
the
eat
same.
fish and chips and they have bad teeth.
Why wouldn't they want to
But-
eat fish and chips? It's taste.
You know what? Their chips are really French fries. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Have you ever had an English muffin?
What?
Just a glorified bagel. That's a little thinner.
Are you gonna let me finish the intro to
No.
just the movie at all?
yes.
Go on.
All right.
Sorry, we were covering things.
So here,
push.
if you want to see the movie, if you haven't seen it yet, this is the pre-spoiler. If you haven't seen it yet, this movie does all the normal Mission Impossible stuff really well.
Yeah.
So go see it. It's that kind of thing.
It's fun.
But what they do is they bring back everybody except for Jeremy Renner, who played through from 4 to 5. Jeremy Renner's gone, but everybody else. It's basically the exact same cast and character dynamic as the 5th movie, Rogue Nation.
Oh,
just into this movie. It's like a... Instead of being episodic, they have decided to continue the story like a little bit more and not reboot it with just a new mission.
So
Yeah.
it's I didn't see the last one, so I didn't know that.
So the villain, which they talked about in this, Ethan he caught in the last
last one movie.
Yeah, and so now it's
Right.
playing. And Rebecca Ferguson, who is the female, the British agent, the MI6 agent,
She was in the last movie?
yeah, she was in the last. She was a big character in the last one too.
Was there smooching?
No, that was something I thought was interesting. We could talk about. So yeah,
smooching.
there's your non-spoiler
Ethan-
version.
So basically, Ethan Hunt is a more conservative version
He's
of
monogamous.
James Bond.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's,
James Bond
he's
doesn't care.
committed. He's
Ja-
committed to his wife, who he's not even really married.
What's the
to.
name of that gun? A PP 37 or something like that?
Sure.
I don't know. PP6.
His little
something.
gun.
Yeah, he shoots that golden gun everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spreads it around.
The world is not enough.
Where did they go in this one? Because every single Mission
Kashmir.
Impossible movie.
They went to Kashmir.
Okay, yeah, so other than they're in
very
London.
cold.
London. This one's in London, for the most part.
And
Yeah.
no, in Paris. It's Paris too.
This movie took place everywhere.
They're in Paris. Remember that's where they were.
Oh, at the start. Yeah.
yeah,
that's true.
Paris.
Paris, London.
I'm going to be honest with you. It was hard to keep
Istanbul.
track of absolutely everything because this movie had a lot
I think
going
they
on.
might have even said Beirut at one time.
Beirut, which is a green screen, and now nowadays, hey, look, Beirut.
I'm pretty sure the actual location is a green screen.
The thing though about
That's what I
the
said.
London set
Right,
though,
Phil.
the London set they actually were in the cathedral though, which was kind of cool. Like that was actually
Yeah,
the cathedral, 'cause they're
the-
running in the circle.
that's
and then
right.
He slides down and runs.
Because
and
after
stuff.
Paris, they had to go to London.
Yeah. All right. So there's your. Because this is a new movie. There's your spoiler. We're gonna spoil the rest
Spoiler-free.
of the movie. Yeah.
Okay, can we tell them about the secret cameo at the end?
Right.
When it was John Voight as a cyborg.
Yeah.
Because he was still
couldn't
alive in
believe
the
they did
first.
that.
Yeah, I couldn't
Yeah.
believe either.
It's so weird.
But because he was near the helicopter blade, he had helicopter body infused with him.
Yeah.
And they could fly like a helicopter.
so he's a transformer.
yeah, he is.
Okay.
John Voight.
This is weird crossover.
That sound effect wasn't terrible. Can you
There
do
you
me
go.
a favor and tell me if you can hear this?
Wow. Wow. Nope, can't hear it. Well,
Yeah.
there goes that joke.
So yeah, the crossover with Bumblebee will be really good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
John Voight, Mission Impossible. Yeah.
All right.
But what's funny is he's also wasn't John Voight the president in the first Transformers?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. There it is, folks. There it is. Right there.
1 degree of John Voight.
Yeah. Yeah. Him and Sam Neill.
You can get there very
Why
quickly.
isn't Sam Neill in a Transformers movie?
Why isn't he in anything?
You know what would happen to him? Him and Jeff Goldblum need to make a revival together. They were in
like
Thor,
a
but
buddy road movie?
yeah,
I wouldn't
Jurassic
I wouldn't
Stroll to
count-
the Park.
I wouldn't count it out.
That's what they should do there.
Jurassic Time for Your Meds. All right, so what was your kind of big takeaway? Aaron, let's start with Aaron, just because you've only seen the first one, which is
My
classic,
takeaway,
iconic,
I'll
and then
tell
seeing
you,
this one.
I hate to be that guy, but my takeaway is where do you go from the first movie? The action sequences from the first movie were so good. How do you top them?
That the parachute thing was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool, but is it a helicopter in a bullet train tunnel?
No.
No. Is it the scene where he's trying to get in that computer room with all the security and he can't touch anything, the temperature can't go up, can't make noise? That was tense.
Yeah.
The movie is great on its own, but in the scope of the series, I just feel a little bit
Well,
let
I don't
down.
know. Like
You be quiet!
Okay.
I just felt a little let down.
I think we peaked. Like I'm let down.
So yeah, I guess if you're thinking of it as just because you haven't seen 2 through 5, which from my perspective, as having seen, I'm wondering
2's the worst
I'm
one.
wondering if Ben, if you agree, like just the perspective of having seen the breadth of them, just how
I haven't seen
yes,
one.
one I would agree is by far the best.
There's more
How do you go
espionage.
from there? But just the fact that they can keep adding in like really cool action
Little
set
wrinkles.
pieces every single time that are like, that was the movie with that happened.
And they made fun of the whole guys playing with masks thing, which is
Yeah.
funny. They were
Self-referential.
referential.
Yeah, and this was the one where Simon Pegg finally got to wear a mask, Benji, because he's never gotten to in the past. He did it as Wolf Blitzer, which was kind of fun.
And the bad
at
guy.
the start, and the bad guy.
Yeah,
That's right.
yep,
He did it twice.
Fake. I call it though.
Was he the only one? Yeah, you did call it.
I called him. I called all the twists, didn't I? To you.
You're so smart.
I liked the twist quite
I
a
did,
bit.
but I called him to you. Remember that? I ruined it for you.
You did. Yeah,
I
thanks
said-
for
I said-
reminding me.
Yeah, I called him to you.
I'd play a noise like clapping or something, but we won't be able to
No,
hear it.
we're not gonna be
But
able to.
anyway, that John Voight scene was so scary.
Cut it out. It's actually
I
like
tested this before the show. It worked.
we've done the jokes. We've like, let's segue.
But John Voight, God,
okay.
remember that part when he attacked the shark?
The shark was part of MI6.
Yeah.
When Tom
Then he jumped the shark.
When he was walking with Tom Cruise, and Tom Cruise almost gets hit by that car, and is like, "Hey, I'm walking here." And
That was
that's a deep
actually
reference.
ad-lib.
That's a deep- Yeah, it was ad lib.
That's
Yeah.
true. And then when they went to the river and he started playing the banjo. Remember that part? And he said, "You got a pretty mouth, Ethan."
No, he said that to the shark.
That's right.
Lots of
I'm
teeth.
sorry. Let's. I bet your bark is worse than your bite.
We're 14 minutes in. Everybody's gone.
All right.
You
Everybody's
need to
gone.
sleep more.
Yeah.
All right. Aaron, second question for you.
Aspartame is bad for you.
Second question for you. Because of the time difference and only seeing the first and now seeing the sixth, what was your impression of Tom Cruise between the two movies, but like for this movie in particular?
Still good. I have no issue with his portrayal.
I agree.
I think, say what you want about Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
He's good. Like, he's interesting.
Awesome.
That's charisma, especially when you have a wooden actor like
Kevin Costner.
yeah, well, I'm talking about Henry Cavill,
Yeah.
the son of Kevin Costner. Literally.
Did I do that on purpose? I don't know. I'll leave it up to you.
He's like, Mission Impossible.
I did it.
You did.
No,
dude.
I thght, well, as just
Is
as
it
Ben
Cavill
said,
or Cavill?
it's both.
But it's interesting. But like, it's interesting how there's someone older and very charismatic, and this is why he does movies, and someone who's a movie star now, who's a lead now, and it's like, man, you suck.
Quote unquote.
He's all right.
He's boring, man.
He's not the worst.
I don't think he's awful, but like you can just tell. Well, his character in this movie was kind of.
Yeah, but
His character in the movie was supposed. Like once you figure out the reveals that he was Lark the whole time, and like
I
see
call
his
the first 5
motivations.
minutes.
It's always the guy you
Sure.
least.
It's like,
Yeah, he's a bad guy. But
well, he's got a mustache, right? So
Yeah.
like he's got that evil Snidely Whiplash.
The mustache that ruined DC.
well, you can obviously tell he was going to be the bad guy. I thought it was interesting because at the start it was like very cartoonishly he's feeding Angela Bassett information. It's like, oh, really? Like
Dun,
this
dun,
guy?
dun.
But the fact that
I have that sound.
he was specifically the character that everybody's talking about, and he was kind of playing himself, the
Do
villain.
larks,
And
are larks a bird?
Yes.
Yes, on a lark. Oh.
Lark Clint.
I guess what I was going to
Lark
say
Kent.
earlier.
That's his name, Lark Kent.
Perfect. I agree with Ben that Tom Cruise is he's the consummate actor. And you know what?
Say what you want about him.
Yeah. You know, Scientology's bad news, but he's a great actor.
Well, you got that youth gene, because him and Alec Baldwin are about the same age. We established, and when you're the prince of Scientology, boy,
Medical care.
money will do wonders for your. He's good, and he does his own
run.
stunts. The stunts were good. He's this classic Tom Cruise running.
He can run, man. Like,
can.
Still,
I hurt my knees
he
watching
can-
it.
Yeah, he looks fast as shit.
He did, but you know, when you shoot in a high frame rate and you speed it up,
Yeah,
there you go.
yeah. I want to.
you would shoot it at a low frame rate.
know.
Yeah,
Just go with it. Dyslexic.
Before we get to some of the stunts and cool scenes, and to your point, like what Tom Cruise was doing, let's talk about. Let's start with Henry Cavill just a little bit more.
Is it Cavill or Cavill?
I'm going to say Cavill. We can't keep going. Is
He's
it
a
Cavill?
cavalier.
He was sort of the omnipresent kind of villain that then escalates later because they brought back Tom Cruise's wife in this one.
Yeah, because she was in the third one, wasn't she?
She was mainly introduced third one. She was in the fourth.
She was.
In the background fourth.
Because in the third one, it was what's his name? I won't kill your wife. I don't kill her.
Yeah,
that's
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
That's the first.
Keanu
Yeah,
Reeves.
I
really
that's what he
like
said.
the
I'm
third
gonna
one.
kill her. I'm gonna hurt her.
I'm gonna hurt her.
I'm gonna hurt her.
I'm gonna do it right in front of her face.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
I need to watch this.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's the first
Yeah,
J.J.
it's awesome.
Abrams one.
Yeah.
It brought
I
because
loved
the
that
second one was terrible.
I don't think it was terrible.
Nah,
it
there's
was
some-
not good though.
there's some good eye
It wasn't
candy.
great. Yeah. Okay.
Tandy Newton.
You've talked about her quite a bit on this
Tandy
show.
Newton. She aged like a fine wine.
But compared to some of the
fig.
other villains, this one pushed
Tandy Fig Newton.
this. This one pushed. I think his name's Sean Harris.
Do you know
the,
Fig Newtons
the
are
villain.
figs?
Stop!
We're gonna kick you off the show.
Yeah.
if you
Can you
doing this.
mute him?
I actually can.
This one pushed Sean Harris. Although the Syndicate is kind of the big. They've
Original
kind
name.
of compressed the Syndicate idea into this the Apostles, who are this smaller group who we never really
We
meet.
never meet them.
And he's still locked up, but people are acting on behalf of trying to free Sean Harris.
Yeah,
and
it's
so
like,
then
it's like a religious group, right?
anti-religious,
Yeah.
the opposite.
That's what I mean.
They're
though.
anti-civilization.
Yeah.
But they're very religious in the way they act.
They're fervent.
They're culty.
They're that.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, they're
It's a
not.
group.
They're terrorists.
Yeah,
Like,
but
I mean,
it's
that's
a
not
cult.
religious.
It's a cult.
There's no. They're actually atheist. They're
No,
they're
but that-
bombing specifically all the religions.
But that's the whole point, man. That's the whole point. Like they're anti-religious, but they're religious in the way that they act.
I think he's using it as an adjective.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. They're
No, don't dismiss it.
a terrorist organization.
I'm
know,
agreeing with you.
Okay.
I don't understand. Yeah.
You're smelling what the Rock is cooking, right?
You know, good nostrils and whatnot.
So it was kind of cool though that they brought back the Syndicate idea of these rogue agents,
And that was in the
who
fourth
were
one?
displaced
Or fifth one?
Fifth one, yeah. So basically, the Syndicate is led by Sean Harris, who is also an ex-MI6 agent, and in the
What
fifth
was
one,
it MI6 or because MI6 is the British one,
right? MI6, yeah.
So Ethan's not an MI6.
No. So
But he's
he-
in MI6.
Yes.
That was,
Who's on first? IMF. IMF.
MI6 is James Bond's organization, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I
Don't
think
ask me.
So the syndicate, which I think is really cool, is that it's all these disillusioned, disavowed, basically thought dead ex-agents from all over the world who've come together and being led by Sean Harris, who is then Lane. That's Lane, the guy with
Right.
the beard in this one.
The one with the awful voice.
Yeah, his voice is really
It's like nails on a
strained,
chalkboard.
really strained.
Ethan.
The blood is on
The blood is on your head. It's like
I'm all nasal.
there's not enough socks in my sock.
I had to see that trailer so many times throughout the last year.
Oh, it made me mad, but the movie's better than the trailer.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Except for that one scene.
Don't bring it up.
Okay.
We've mourned the loss of your favorite
There
shot.
was your favorite shot too.
It was great.
That's not even in there.
I
It's
know.
not. Can we talk about the travesty of that scene not being in the movie?
Sure.
There's a cool scene in the trailer. Will show up here in the background.
It looks like the helicopter he's piloting in the actual movie is about to crash into a truck.
A truck in like the Himalayas. or
You're right.
something.
That's not as interesting as the helicopter, like two helicopters barreling into each other and falling down a
No.
rocky mountain.
Did you see the shot of that?
It looks like there'd be no way to live.
There was. He couldn't get out. Watch it. Here it comes.
We'll wait.
Wait for it. There it is. See, there it is. Oh, look. How's he gonna
Oh,
get
it's
out?
almost. Oh, he's gonna pull up. Maybe.
No.
That's
Wow.
not enough
How'd you do that?
time.
No, there wasn't
How
enough
you-
time.
If there's mission, it's impossible. That means it's totally possible in this movie.
I guess you're right.
That's right.
There's always a rope. There's always a ejector seat.
Did you
There's
guys-
always
There literally was a rope in this
his
movie.
engine in this movie.
There was a
in the
rope, wasn't there?
helicopter's on fire for like 10 minutes in the movie time, but he's like, "Oh crap, stay with me, stay with me."
I like
But
how
it,
he's gonna-
it never fails.
I
ever.
like how he was trying to drop the payload on him. That would have been cool.
that was good. That was good that it didn't. I
Yeah.
thought. That was a good little like.
Gotta
Hey,
keep
we'll
the
give you.
audience
We'll give you
Well,
this one.
also show you how hard it is to drop payload from a helicopter to another helicopter.
Yeah, you could see the video game like physics of like if you were controlling it. Like, oh, am I over it? Am I over
think-
it? Boop.
I think
Aw,
someone should make
damn
an NES game just on that sequence.
I'm
Yeah.
on it.
Call Payload. Mission Impossible.
Yep. So okay, where were we talking? We were talking about the villain. That's what we're talking about.
Why isn't Tandy Newton in this movie?
Yeah, she just kind of disappeared after the
Yeah.
second one 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah,
that's
what was
good.
that?
Yeah, they really should have brought her back. That's
No,
really
she-
inconsiderate.
No, she was in that stupid solo movie.
So this movie didn't really have like a set villain, which I kind of liked. It was
They
very
were all over the place.
It was very like kind of mysterious, which is Game of Shadows type shell game. What makes this series really good, and I thought what stood out for this one, either
Alec
not
Baldwin
maybe
was
not
in
as
it.
like a unique thing from the other movies, but as a continuation, was that they. There always seemed to be another problem that was like, oh my god, how are you going to solve? How are you going to get out of this, or what are you going to do about it? Like, and they always come up with some, obviously very theatrical, convenient way to get like, oh, how did you all coordinated that strategy, like just privately in the
We're the
30
best.
seconds, or like what?
Well, in the
But
car
it's-
ride there, he figured it out.
Yeah.
Oh, good, convenient.
That's what, and he always. That's the great thing about this is it almost challenges you to like, if you're really thinking about this too hard, you suck. So
Who does
as
the After
person-
Effects animations for the mission projections at the beginning? It's very clear.
Yeah, it's
I
very.
mean, it's very spoon fed
Yeah.
to everybody, and it
very visually like
Yeah,
let me put exactly what you should focus on here.
Hold on, boss. It's still rendering. Another 12
After
hours.
Effects is out of memory.
I don't like the way that tweens. I want to go back and fix it.
That.
But did you notice that very beginning?
Where's the linear white?
I know, gosh darn it. That doesn't look realistic. There should be like a motion blur right there.
Yeah.
But I forgot to put the button on there. Did you notice that Henry Cavill was he not one of the, it showed him in one of the pictures?
Was he? Oh, that'd
Yeah.
be cool if he was.
At the very beginning.
I mean, I don't think you can't.
Look
think
at that
hard about
mustache.
it. It's just like how does nobody in the world at this point fully
Does the
aware
guy-
of what Ethan Hunt looks like?
Yeah. Does the guy who does the After Effects thing, does he blow up too after he's done?
It's an AI. Like you just know you're gonna die. But it's like, well, I'm gonna self-destruct. In
Oh, the money
5,
was good. Oh,
4, 3, 2.
They built a whole robot just to work on After Effects.
Hopes and dreams.
This was a cool, like, I thought this was one of the cooler, like,
Physical.
explosions. It kind of, the book closing and the smoke coming up, and then that they had a cool little smoke transition to the
Remember the
next one.
first one was a tape?
Yeah. Actually, I'll tell you
Hey,
what I missed.
You want to
you-
see this movie from Turkestan or whatever, like some
Here's
obscure
what I
movie.
missed
Nah, it's
from
all
that
right.
first movie. Remember all the Bible stuff?
Yeah.
Like the religious symbolism they were using? That was neat.
Remember John Voight was
This
in it?
movie needed something like that.
Yeah, it was good.
The first movie is like a perfect spy
well,
movie.
there's not there really. The first one doesn't have that many action sequences.
No, they're just
It's-
really good.
It's all
They have
like,
a few climactic ones, but they actually have really good espionage, like the spy shit.
it's
and they,
tense, like Spy on an Island. Like, I'm in this situation by myself. And like, what am I going to do?
The
about
second
it?
one became an action movie, which was bad. A bad action movie.
I guess you
The
could.
second one set the trend for the next 5.
But in the third one, they kind of have a mix between it. But then it's J.J. Abrams' bad writing.
No, I disagree. I
Oh, okay.
totally fine. I disagree
right.
with you, Ben.
Go.
You don't like J.J. Abrams.
No, I do and I don't.
Sorry,
I like him as a spearheader of projects.
He's got ideas.
Yeah, he's got good ideas.
Well, that's what the 4 through 6 are. Is they're all bad robot. Aaron, what were you going to say?
Yeah, but he's not directing. Brad Bird
he's
directed
producing.
the
He's
third,
producing.
fourth one.
Yeah.
You led me to a point.
That's why I like this movie because he was directing.
I like that you mentioned that the first one has few set pieces, but they're all very climactic and there's lots of espionage in there. This movie drove me to fatigue a lot of the time.
Wow.
It was one big action movie. It didn't really let up for very long at all.
That's true.
There was
That's
some
fair. Yeah.
espionage like trickery with the face
Yeah,
shit.
and
But
the double, there's 8 double crossings in this movie.
what was on the knock list?
I don't remember. Look,
The knock
there
list
were
was
so many double crosses in this movie. If it may as well have been a Catholic mass, Stations of the Cross. I was getting almost confused. near the
Peter,
end
you
there.
betrayed me.
There's a little bit of whiplash.
You
yeah.
know what thing that wasn't clear in that double cross scene at the end, like the triple cross, which was stupid. That was one they didn't like.
Triple cross.
Yeah,
dare you.
you fucked it up, lady. Like we got to control. The one who kidnapped the bad guy. I didn't even see that happen. Was that off screen?
What kidnap? What do you mean?
Who got the bad guy out of there? Beard. Ethan.
Oh, Simon Pegg did. Yeah, he scubaed in.
No, I'm talking about at the end when they had Cavill and the CIA shows up at the end, and there were some bad guys in the CIA, and then they had that fire off, and Cavill kills Alec Baldwin. Who took the bad guy at that? I didn't see that happen unless I was.
Huh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, what did happen to him?
There was no scene showing how he got out of there.
See, that's my problem. There's so much happening. I forget
Sure,
things.
I don't even remember.
I don't remember what happened to him, but they were so concerned.
He got out.
But they were so concerned about Henry Cavill.
No, he
and they were
ran away.
chasing
He
him.
just ran away separately.
But why are they
early
following
on.
Cavill? Why didn't they follow that guy?
They were
I
pinned
don't
down. They were
know.
pinned down by everyone else. He got away like at the very start of that
Oh, he did?
shootout. He just sprinted away.
And they didn't know where he was, but they had Cavill tracked.
Is that how he got to the remote Kashmir village thing?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
That's because
That was when they ended up on the helicopter together. Remember, after the
Perfect.
long go left, go right, whatever.
Remember, he waves to him.
Yeah.
He's like,
See you.
"Bye."
See you later.
This
He's
is
looking-
awkward.
And he had that Superman pose looking down on him. Are you looking at my crotch, sir? I heard rumors about you.
My God.
Gonna let that sit here for a minute.
I'm gonna jump on the couch. Be watch out.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
have my sound effects. At
I
the
really
ready.
love this movie. I really love this movie.
So good, Oprah.
I'm in love with this movie.
I am in love with it. Sin is the father.
I can't get my sounds to work.
The
Sounds can't work.
I know.
so
Sound out. Look at that cool
I'm
scene.
gonna get rid of my thing. I'm now thinking back to kind of the start when it was kind of tough. So this movie was maybe not the theme, but the difference. They always add like a little thing onto the Ethan Hunt character. This movie was kind of all about how he's not willing versus the last movie, which was the exact same kind of conflict for Ethan in this movie was the same one that was in the last movie for Rebecca Ferguson's character, the woman agent.
Are you saying it's a reverse of the needs of the many?
Yeah, basically, is that she kind of was taking the stance that she wouldn't kill him for the sake of protecting your identity for the greater cause and the mission or whatever. This movie's kind of the exact same, where he won't kill his friends,
Ving Rhames.
which leads to Ving Rhames' speech at the end where he feels guilty and he's getting emotional because Tom Cruise didn't kill him.
Don't kill him.
He still
And
shot
it
him.
basically let the nuclear weapon get away. So that was, I actually am kind of mad.
Fallout. Mission Impossible Fallout.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. I'm curious what this movie would have looked like if they had let the nuclear weapons
Matt
go off.
thought about it for a second.
I
They did a good shot at the end.
really no, not even at the end. I'm talking about the start. What if they started the movie
I knew that was fake.
versus the misdirect?
You know why I knew that was fake? Why the fuck would that guy have a TV in his room? There wouldn't be
It's a hospital room.
no,
There's
but
a TV.
it was like an espionage hospital room. Why would this terrorist? They wouldn't show him what all going on in the room. They play on the TV on purpose so that they can trick him. There wouldn't be a TV in the room, and it wouldn't be on.
So you're saying it's a spy hospital?
No.
Those spy hospitals.
How I knew
there's
that beginning
no,
was a fake right away because I was like, this is stupid. No one would play that. They have to do it on purpose. It's like, no, okay, that makes sense now because if you kidnap this guy and he's in a spy hospital, they wouldn't let him know what was going on in the outside world.
I hear they have good medical care at those spy hospitals.
It's true. Yeah.
Really
Well, this
good at,
microfilm is too small. I can't see the X-rays. Look how small it is.
That said, though, I
Micro.
still thought. I mean, it proceeded to just create a new
going
movie,
to die.
like create a
It was fun.
or another kind of Mission Impossible.
I wanna go
Like,
to Kashmir.
I was very interested in the idea, though, of them starting something totally different. But of course, it still lived up to the rest. But I was
Yeah, a fine
bummed that
movie.
it didn't start off a little darker than normal.
Did he hit the
but-
truck at all, do you think? In that helicopter sequence that was cut?
Stop. Let it go.
I'm curious about it.
There were so many.
And you're asking us.
There were so many just
But
as good action
when I
sequences
saw the
in the
preview,
movie.
that got me. I was like, I want to see that. I can't wait for that scene. And then watching the whole time, like, oh yeah, there was that scene.
The helicopter
Forgot about that.
the helicopter like
The
chicken
dogfight
fight
itself was good.
Was awesome.
It wasn't a hook in the head. That hurt.
You didn't even see it. You were averting your
Yeah,
eyes.
you were.
I saw-
Oh no!
Don't do it.
Yeah,
I just didn't want to go in
turned
his
away.
eyeballs. As long as it was a skull.
Yeah,
Because the eyes freak me out. Don't poke my eye.
I will never.
My shoulder's vanishing.
It's been vanishing the whole show because somebody wore something similar to green.
So what do you think are the highlight?
I'm sorry.
What do you think are the highlight moments from the movie? I
Well,
would
the
say
helicopter
number
chase, of
one would
course.
probably be the
helicopter
helicopter chase.
The fact that he probably did all his own stunts.
At least
Like
all the
in the
ones that are
helicopter-
possible to do.
He did that. Like, that was him on a rope
Climbing? Which one?
There's a microphone
On the-
in front of you.
on the helicopter. That was a
There were several of those though.
I know, but
don't-
the one he falls
the
down,
long shots.
That's
aren't.
him.
I don't think so. No,
Did they do a Jurassic Park swap face?
I think they would have. Yeah, they.
I think it's safe to assume that some of them are him.
Yeah,
The motorcycle thing was
What
good.
was really interesting was the motorcycle stuff.
I bet-
because that clearly was all fake, but was done so well.
Well, I
It was
told
done really
you,
well.
I told him that this is what they probably do.
that was definitely fake.
Well, I said this is what they probably do. They probably had him really riding the motorcycle around, shooting him on the motorcycle, but there's no cars there, and they added the cars later because they're that good at adding cars
No.
in post. Yes, they are.
Well, no.
There's
I'm
so
not
many movies-
disagreeing with
there's
that.
So many
I'm
movies
thinking,
you watch cars like, oh, that car wasn't even in there.
I'm saying every aspect of it was fake. Everything.
Oh, I think
Maybe they did a general shot with not Tom Cruise, no, like who cares, whatever cars, and they just kind of. Maybe they even blocked it off so there was nothing there. They just knew exactly
I'll find out.
the camera path they want, and they just went and filmed that. But
Maybe.
Tom Cruise on the motorcycle is definitely green screened in, and then the cars are so easy to add.
I mean, that depends on the shot.
What?
Depending on which shot, he might not have been green screened in.
I think he was.
Maybe it was,
I think
maybe,
the whole thing.
Maybe it was a mishmash.
I think
Yeah.
the whole thing was fake because you could tell the little shadows and the lighting was very slightly.
You could tell by the
different.
pixels, and you've seen a few
All right,
shots in your time.
here's how
I've
the
seen
Mission Impossible Fallout crew designed one of the best car chases. There was a lot of French connection in that.
Yeah, a lot.
I love that. Like when they're under the train, there's some French connection shots in there. Did you notice that?
I was seeing Italian Job myself.
Well, you would see an Italian job.
Hey.
Mark over here.
All right, so I'm gonna read. I'm gonna figure the. Let's see how they talking. I'll
figure it
figure
out.
the.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Aaron.
well, it's hard. It's so hard to tell these days. I do know that adding cars and stuff in post is probably the way to go if you have a lot of money. I know that that's what it was done for, like the car chases in The Matrix Reloaded and stuff like that.
Yep.
It's just so much more easy to shoot that way.
I mean, it looked great. The thing I'm not usually the biggest fan. I liked the helicopter part. I'm not the biggest fan personally of car chases
Yeah,
at
it went
all.
on for a long time.
I don't think they're that interesting, even if they're motorcycles. And the issue is that they got me so on board in which you guys haven't seen.
Right.
Number 5, they did a really impressive motorcycle chase in that one. This one basically amplified that same thing again, but it just going from that movie directly. I mean, you know, there's a 2-year gap, and I watched them 2 days apart, so there's a little bit of a difference. But like, I was kind of like, oh, okay, it's this again. But I mean, it was still pretty impressive, especially how they kind of composited everything together, and
that
very
will go into
clearly
my
was
review.
Tom Cruise. It was there was at no point during the motorcycle where you're doubting it was him on the motorcycle.
Yeah, even if it's not him, it still looks like him.
Yeah, I mean, it was impressive. I
Yeah.
mean, it was impressive on a technical level.
Oh yeah, clearly. This will work into my review as a standalone flick. It's really good.
Yeah. Yep. That's a good way to put it. For sure.
If this was the only Mission Impossible, it would definitely be the best.
They're not. There's a whole interview I got to figure
Okay.
out, but
We'll
they
have
said
to
there's a
look
lot
it
of
up.
practical effects
Yeah.
in it, so I don't think it was digital. And they said he broke 2 ankles doing
You
some
only
stunts.
have
They
2.
They didn't specify
Wow.
which ones.
Wow.
He broke some bones doing these stunts.
Well, he's got dedication.
Well, he's also got the healing powers of Scientology.
I think there's a little bit of gamesmanship with him doing his own, like the media talking about.
Oh yeah, it's
how
like
much,
Bruce Lee stories.
It's a little bit of like,
Yeah.
Tom Cruise does his. Did you see he did his own stuff?
He's
with
like,
this? Like, hey,
this
hey,
is
hey,
the USS
pay attention.
Indianapolis. Tiger Shark.
She broke my heart.
No, and we can see that Matt is clearly out of the joke.
Oh, you haven't seen Jaws?
You've seen Jaws?
Of course I have.
Oh, then never
it's
mind.
just you've made the same joke 100 times, and we're talking about Mission Impossible.
Oh, you're
You've
right.
already made Jaws jokes
When? Tonight?
in this podcast earlier. You did
don't-
it.
I don't remember. Seeing
Yeah,
it.
you did
Jaws is
earlier.
a good movie.
I'm sorry. All right. All right. What do you want to talk about next?
What
Ben?
was the Jaws joke?
I don't remember. Yeah, that was during the John Voight stuff, you drifted
Oh no, that
there.
was Jumping the Shark. I had nothing to do with Jaws.
That's a
you-
Happy Days
You
joke.
did another one.
That
I
was
know
just
Jumping the Shark.
That
but
was just a different shark.
you made another joke in the middle of
That's
that.
like
though.
normal size.
Oh yeah,
shark.
that was just a shark. That's not Jaws.
That was like a 15.
It's not the
foot
Meg.
shark.
It's not the Meg.
Oh, I want
No,
to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to the Meg.
That looks like perfect schlock.
Let's.
schlock.
Speaking of not of schlock,
Anyways, I thought
Henry
this-
Cavill. Let's redirect Henry Cavill.
Yeah, Henry Cavill, that
No,
guy.
we're not talking about him. Let's talk about the rest of the cast because this is now the fourth movie for Simon Pegg. Ving Rhames is in all of them.
Ving Rhames,
Rebecca
always good.
Ferguson, I thought was very good again.
the British girl.
Yeah, I liked her a lot. I think she's really good.
Yeah, she's fine. She was British. She works.
See, my problem is nobody in this movie really stood out except for
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise,
And what's
Ving
his name?
Rhames, and Simon Pegg. Everybody else is kind of
And the Obbies. You're
Everybody
right.
else is kind of secondary.
And the bad guy. He just.
he
It's
was
all right.
forgettable.
He didn't
to
really
me.
do that much, and it's different compared to the last. This one, he was like,
He was
whatever.
a good bad guy. I'm just not gonna
Yeah.
remember him when I think of bad guys.
The thing I liked about Rebecca Ferguson's character is really,
I like the scene when Emilio Estevez was a cyborg.
Am I gonna mute you now? I think it's gonna happen.
I liked when Rebecca. I
came
like.
out of the elevator
I like
shaft.
that. I'm mad that I can't remember her name now.
Which one
Her actual character name, Rebecca Ferguson.
was Rebecca Ferguson? the
Elsa
blonde?
or Ilsa.
008.
Ilsa.
Right,
That's her
right.
name.
009.
So in the last movie, she was
Agent
so
99.
conflicted about trying to get out and like completing her mission. They like kept putting her back in, and it was a
You
really.
ruined that last movie for me. Now I don't want to see it.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I said
No need.
We said spoilers earlier.
Oh God.
Oh man, that includes
you
you.
heard that? Yeah.
I guess does he get the guy?
Does he win?
Does he win? Does he live?
In this one,
Ethan, I hope we win.
I hope the Arby guy is still in it.
hey, You need to walk away.
He didn't listen. Look, that was.
Hey, what?
Go, talk about the British lady. I'm sorry.
Don't pester him. He's been walking away all day.
Yeah.
You know,
Run.
get out of here.
Yeah. Do what you do best. Ilsa, in this one, it was a little bit more like, oh, she's back in it. Like, why is she? And while it was kind of weird that she was even like how she got incorporated back into the movie. Like, why are you back at all? On a couple levels, I love that she's a recurring character, and not they're at least slow playing that she may be a romantic interest. Now, 2 full movies in, that hasn't even played in, which I
don't
like.
even know if there's a possibility of romantic entanglement.
Yeah.
She's married.
No, she's
Ilsa's not.
Ilsa's not.
Okay.
Ethan's not either.
That was his ex-wife.
Okay.
She was not an agent.
That's true. You don't know. Yeah.
Okay, I
Yeah.
get it now.
Ilsa. So what I like is that they're not forcing that
Isn't
element,
Ilsa
which
the
is
name
something
of the
James
bad
Bond.
agent in Indiana Jones?
I don't know.
Do you know?
Sure.
Do you know
I think you're talking about,
Do you know Indiana
The Last
Jones was
Crusade.
supposed? Yeah,
Stop,
you're right.
stop,
Indiana Jones was
stop.
supposed to be an espionage movie.
Stop.
The James Bond that Steven Spielberg never had a chance to make.
And
This is leading into the thing we were talking about on the way over here was the difference between this and James Bond. In the James Bond series, he would have had sex with every single female character at
Yeah.
this point. Like
At least
every
once.
single one would have either been a prolonged romantic interest or just he would have just done it.
Does he wear condoms? Do you think?
I don't know.
Maybe that's the next James Bond movie. He just dies. Of
So
AIDS.
what I liked about Ilsa in this movie is that she got to be like a badass agent. The other part of it was that while it was kind of clunky how they worked her back into the like why she's still in the game.
It was
basically,
kind of a flimsy excuse.
it was a little bit but I like that it kind of played through, and there was a little bit of a conflict between the two of them. Like, we got to do what we got to do. Like, I got to get out of this.
It was
like I have to kill this guy in order to leave, and it was kind of dumb, but it's Mission Impossible dumb. Where I'm like, I'm on board at least to the point
Yeah,
where
it's
kind of
cheesy.
Yeah,
But you know, at least it's more honorable. You kind of like Ethan's character more than James Bond.
right. Yeah. So I'm curious, Aaron, having seen 2 movies, and Ben, you've seen 5.
I want to watch the series
About
the old
talking
TV
about
shows.
which is thinking about it now, especially versus the modern James Bond movies, like how they kind of shake out the 2 series.
Could you explain that question? Could you phrase it more succinctly?
James Bond
Country of origin.
James Bond versus Mission Impossible.
As a series.
Ethan Hunt wins.
Well, I think this series is more interesting and better than James Bond.
I haven't watched a James Bond movie since Dr. No, okay?
And I haven't watched the last 2 James Bond because I had no
I
interest.
haven't seen any of the new ones.
I've seen
saw-
all of the new ones, and I've seen bits and pieces of older ones, Sean Connery, and like
I've probably seen
the
all the
classic
old
ones.
ones.
I haven't seen hardly any of the older ones. I've seen all of Pierce Brosnan on.
Oh, the Pierce
So
Brosnan.
all of at least from my perspective,
Roger
the
Moore?
modern ones. No, I haven't seen Roger Moore.
The Pierce Brosnan ones are kind of similar to the Roger Moore ones, but a little bit hint of seriousness. Hard to believe. The Roger Moore ones are just comical at some point.
So thinking,
entertaining.
if I have to be honest, which is weird, when I was walking over here and I'm thinking about, what is the theme song for Mission Impossible? I actually thought about the James Bond theme song. So there's this weird like ingrained nature to it, but from like a interest in storytelling and like like if we're talking about even just spy
Espionage?
genre, like. I mean, Mission Impossible's better.
There's more
like,
spy
it just is.
stuff.
Yeah.
There's actually more espionage and more like
There's more variety than just like
but it's also
charm
like mystery and it's more Sherlock Holmes shit.
There's
You know what I
there's
mean?
more character. There's more.
Yeah.
Like it's not just let me call Q up from like on my phone from way across, and I'll talk to him at the start of the movie and get a new gadget and go off. Like this one is like it's a little bit more of a team too.
It was, and that was the problem with the second one. The second one felt like a James Bond movie with like terrible.
A lot of gadgets.
No, it just was
No,
like there was
there
no.
aren't- there's never
there was
that
no,
many
there was no
gadgets.
espionage.
Yeah.
And the villain was a James Bond villain. It was just like
Yeah.
forgettable. It's
I
like
expect you to die, Mr. Hunt.
no, but like the S like this one, it's not one villain.
lots of
It's
cats.
everything. And I think the first one was kind of like that too. It wasn't just there was a lot of.
The first one's so
First one's
good.
great.
Oh, so good. It's
What's her
so
name?
good.
What's
You can't
Max? Is the
top
name of the
that.
bad guy? The girl, Max.
I think
not
so.
really bad. I mean, she's a broker.
She's a bag.
That's
Yeah.
what I was thinking throughout this entire movie. How do you top the helicopter bullet train chase? You don't.
Well, you could have topped it with that scene that was cut out.
Yeah, you're probably right.
like that would
Where
have
he
been
and
awesome.
John Voight are on the train with the magnetic handles trying to catch up. That was so good.
And what's his
So-
name? The guy, the professional, Leon, the professional.
The
Jean
professional,
Reno.
Yeah, he
He
was
was
in
the one
it.
piloting the helicopter.
Was he Leon in that movie? You think?
No.
Was Natalie Portland in the helicopter with him?
Natalie
Yeah, she
Portland
was. She was
lives
just
in Oregon.
She was just sitting in the back.
Portman.
Natalie Portman.
Whatever. She's a bad actress.
Yeah, she's a total hipster.
She's hot and cold.
Her. Put her and Henry Cavill in a movie.
They'll probably be used as planks for a bridge.
Boy, talk about method acting.
We built the set using them. We need some scaffolding. Get me Henry Cavill.
Expense. That's the most expensive plank you ever. Shit.
That's so good.
We're out of planks. We need Kevin Costner now.
If I'm gonna give credit, yeah. Where's Kevin?
He jumps out of the water with his gills.
Yeah.
Where's Val Kilmer?
Val Kim. Leave Val Kim. He
I
played
love
Jamie
him.
Bond.
I love him.
He was good. He was good as Doc Holliday.
You should definitely include Val Kilmer.
No, he's good as Doc Holliday.
I'm gonna
be
give.
your
I'm gonna give
mahogany.
Henry. I'm gonna give Henry.
I'll be your mahogany.
Go on, man.
I'm gonna give Superman some credit, especially in the trailer. From your perspective, you love the helicopter about to hit the truck,
And the computer scene.
the scene where they kept showing, which was the bathroom scene at the very start, which
That
is
was a great
which was
action
another little wrinkle of
That was a good scene.
Yeah.
going from the parachute into
I
that.
like, the parachute scene was well shot.
and it was
too.
kind of like,
Yeah.
oh, he like Tom Cruise is so much better than this clown. Henry, like he doesn't even know how to parachute with his oxygen, whatever.
He doesn't even know not to jump through a
his
storm.
mustache got in the way.
As part of the trailer, and then that action sequence with the original OG Lane character in the bathroom, where he early on in the fight, and Henry Cavill goes like. In the trailer, they do like this awesome
effect.
sound effect to it. That is like, I'm in. He's like, bam, bam. I think I even made it the share for the week to like get people to watch this.
Someone
like, I thought that guy
someone-
was like, I'm like, yeah, kick his ass.
Someone should mount the voice of Popeye, over him.
I gotta go meet Olive later, but I'll take care.
Whoa!
Oh, wise guy, eh?
You pushed me real far. Oh, you punch me in the throat, eh?
Ooh, Ethan Hunt, blow me down.
Take care of this, see? Double agent.
What's the next part? How's the mission? I keep forgetting how the Mission Impossible thing goes.
You talking about Popeye? What are you talking
I'm trying to combine. I'm trying to mash up both of them.
Dun 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 dun.
That's really good. They're really good. All right.
Yeah.
What-
solved
is there
it.
anything else to even talk? Like we've
whatever that
I
scene with
feel
the
like
duck.
I feel like we've talked about nothing the whole time.
Remember that scene when those
That's
guys
what
are
this
running?
movie is, pretty much.
In the middle of the movie.
Oh yeah, when they interrupt a funeral and no. Actually, that was a different scene.
It was a
before
church service.
It was like there's a long shot. These guys
There's,
running.
there's two long shots
Yeah.
of that because
And
he
then- but
turns
the-
out the hallway
but they're
and
really
there's
far
a guy
away.
running at him and then he turns. They do the same thing.
Me and
Whoa!
me,
No!
Me and Matt laughed at the
We
cut
were
that-
all laughing at that. I was laughing hard enough that when that scene happened, I laughed hard enough that a little fart got out.
Well, I ain't sitting in that chair. What are you, B9?
You were sitting next to me. If it was noxious, you would have known.
Yeah,
Silent but deadly.
Malignant.
What'd you do?
No, but that fight scene we were talking about in the bathroom.
Yeah, that
very
was
well
pretty
done.
good.
Masterful action. Beautiful touch, no music.
What a waste of a good action hero.
Yeah.
They just shot him.
in that scene they finally maybe it was in the other movies, but they finally showed the mask making machine where you scan the face.
No, they
They've
showed
done
the
that
third- they showed
a
the
couple
fourth-
times.
the
First
fourth
time
one.
I've
It's
seen it.
It's different every single time.
Well, it was like a
actually.
3D printer. I've never
Yeah.
seen it, so
There was a cool.
It was
guide-
cool this time,
The fourth one,
yeah.
I like the fourth one a lot with Brad Burt directing. But the hallway sequence was so cool with the projector. It had,
Oh
that
yeah.
was
I didn't like the projector.
that was
actually.
funny.
That seemed gadgety to me.
But it
I
was
didn't like
funny. It was funny. The fourth one had Simon Pegg wasn't the third one, was he?
Yeah, he was. He
No.
came into the third. I think. Yeah.
fourth
That was
one was-
with. Yeah, he was third.
Fourth
That
one-
was his introduction. That was where Ving
I got-
Rhames isn't in it really.
Yeah, he's at the.
That was with. They had a new guy. Something. He has 3 names. Who's pretty.
He was hanging
really
out
good.
with Zed.
And then.
John Cleese within it. Was he in it?
Shoot.
There it is.
She's an Asian actress. She's an action actress.
Oh,
you know exactly who she is.
I know her name.
I will find it.
This is bad.
No,
she was
Christopher
really
Robin.
good too. Anyway, we were talking about the bathroom scene. I thought was really good from the standpoint that it had a lot of hand-to-hand stuff, which
Not a lot of weapons.
Sometimes
Oh, Jeremy Renner was in that one. I forgot.
they don't do as often.
Paula
It's a lot
Patton?
of
I thought it was a little too easy to fly through a wall in that scene.
yeah. Those
but
walls were
they were very
flimsy, a little flimsy.
They must have been designed by the Three Stooges.
Hey,
Okay.
you must be those 3 carpenters I sent for.
Well, okay.
Certainly.
We're forgetting. We have to be forgetting several. Like there was the
se-
whole
the
plot.
sequence running around was funny, which was a waste of time to begin with when he was running to try to get.
Yeah, but then we
Superman.
get that scene where he jumps that really far.
That was
chasm.
funny.
Oh, when he was trying to chase him down, I like that.
That was
Great.
funny.
That was
Running
more
after him.
entertaining than the car chase.
I
No,
feel
I liked it all except for the fact that Henry Cavill was in it.
the weakest part for
Jim
me.
Caviezel should have been in it.
The weakest part for me was the entire plot where he's pretending to be Lane with the broker character who
The
turns
blonde.
out to be a secret or like turned
Yeah.
for the CIA.
Not
Like,
problematic. I like
all
that.
of that felt like there were story points that played through from all of that, but it
It would have been better.
especially then it was kind of
It
like
would have been
whatever.
better that tension was there. That he's not really this guy, but they just abandoned that at some point.
Yeah,
didn't
they
matter.
they very quickly tie that end up.
Yeah, but
that he was Lane.
Yeah.
that he wasn't.
or he was Lark. I mean,
Yeah.
No, that he was. Who was the Asian guy that they killed?
Lark.
Oh, that wasn't
they-
really the Lark though.
He was LARPing.
He was fake Lark that Tom Cruise impersonated, but then Henry Cavill was trying to push that he was actually Lark, which then leads to the whole thing where
Henry-
Alec Baldwin fakes it.
Henry
is-
Cavill was Lark.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, the whole time.
You could say
Yeah.
that the Asian was LARPing as Lark.
Oh,
Oh, perfect. All right, we're moving on now. We're like,
I'm
we got to
sorry.
end there.
He was
That's
larking?
so good.
so Lark Kent.
Yeah,
Yes, he was Lark.
We heard that before 30 minutes ago.
You know, Jaws is a good movie. Remember that scene with talking about their tattoos and their scars?
One more thing, I thought the
That was a cool
cinematography
scene.
in this movie was great.
It was really good.
yeah, very.
And,
good,
and it's
very
nice to see actually a classic action movie.
Yeah,
You know-
it didn't feel
No,
dated.
but you don't get that very much. Everything's like superhero action. It's like I love these like Mad Max was kind of like that. Last Good, just pure action. It's just that genre.
without like a. The thing about this whole series,
Like the
I think,
90s and
it's-
80s
it's
action.
not. There's never a pretense of. I don't. So there's a couple things. So
they're
I think
grounded in reality a little bit because the
They're
James Bond ones are not.
they're grounded. These are A, grounded in reality, and B, like they never get preachy. They never get like. I don't think they ever cross over into like I'm distracted from what I'm watching because of a message or something. Like
Yeah, I hate that.
It's literally just have fun and watch the movie.
Don't tell me what to feel.
It's not
Yeah.
a Christopher Nolan movie.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Well, there's
It's not what we
benefits to
do.
Christopher Nolan.
It's not who we are underneath. It's what we do that defines us. Superman.
That was 2 movies.
Yeah. All right. How would you rate this movie?
Want me to go first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
you jumped
I give
on
it a solid B.
That's
We're-
not a.
but that's not
so
a
an
rating
8?
anymore.
So an 8?
We're not
Are you
doing.
going up
I
to
like
8?
the letter system. Come on.
No, I thought we are doing numbers now.
No, I want to hear your number.
Dude, what's
Okay,
the
you wanna
number?
hear my number?
Yeah, you can't
A
switch
B.
it up.
A B would be an 8.
You think so?
Are you
Really?
going?
No, that's
What?
That's not
How
a very linear
How
scale.
did your school give you a percentage?
I'm not going by school here.
Well, there's A pluses and B pluses.
How I grade
So a B at every
A pluses?
school I've ever been to
Matt?
is between 80 and 85.
Matt,
if
are
you're
you
going B
forgetting that
minus.
anything less than a 7 on that scale would be a fail, a terrible movie?
Yeah.
Not in my book.
Touche. if you're gonna get a D, yeah, might as well get an H.
Well, this
I
is what
give this movie a 7.
I want to get it because people have listened to so many of these episodes that all of our rating scales are kind of different, and you have a very particular one. So I want to see how it
All right,
falls.
my
on yours.
number, I can't give it a 6.5 because I like to stick to integers, so I'll give it a 7.
For what are the reasons why it's that high, and also why it's not higher?
Well, it's
Both of them,
it's
like, quickly.
why it's not higher because it's just a action spy movie. I mean, there's nothing really there. It's just good action, and I enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's nothing.
What do
like
you give Die Hard?
There's no real depth there.
What do you give Die Hard?
What do I give Die Hard?
Yeah, if you're gonna talk about action movies.
Well, as a film unto itself, probably 7.5, maybe an 8.
Oh, you got to give that an 8 at least.
I said 7.5,
Okay.
maybe an 8. It rounds up.
But why is Die Hard?
Why are you
Better.
asking about that? Well, I would ask why.
because
why wouldn't you say Mission Impossible?
I know, but like Die Hard is an action movie.
Yeah, it's
and
a benchmark.
It is considered the action movie of all action movies. So I said, like, what do you rate Die Hard if it's just an
A little
action
higher
movie?
than this.
I may rate Mission Impossible ahead of Die Hard.
Oh,
It is
no.
really
Oh,
good.
no.
I would
No
also
way.
I would
Original
also
Mission
give the
Impossible?
original Mission
Original Die Hard?
Impossible.
Original Mission Impossible. Yeah.
Original Mission Impossible also gets an
Maybe
8.
that's a podcast.
No way, no. We got to do the Die Hard.
So seven for this one, right?
7.
All right, Ben.
Very
No, I give it an 8 because it's enjoyable. Is it like? Because I think you can give something a higher rating, but it doesn't have to be like in your top
Yeah.
20,
I agree
30
with that.
movies. So I think it's a high movie because it's enjoyable, but it doesn't have to be the top. Like, is it memorable? Yeah, it's nice and refreshing. It's not a superhero. It's a franchise, but there's action in it. I was enjoying it the whole time. There wasn't a dull moment. The cinematography, like you said, was great.
Masterful.
The locations were beautiful. Every location was great. They had a good finale. Let's talk about X-Men Apocalypse or any of the other movies. Like the finale is like the final fight's on a street somewhere in Egypt, where it's like I always like when they take landmarks of places, of something like
They actually
then a
look like
helicopter.
They made an effort to shoot on.
It's not in an
scene,
airport
like,
runway.
or the side of a
It's
cliff.
not in like a
You're right. That's a good
green
point.
screen warehouse or whatever.
Yeah.
Can I make one small addition to what I said? I don't rate it super high because I don't feel like I need to ever see it again.
I want to see it again.
That's good for you.
That's probably why I rated an 8. I thought it was great.
Whereas I'm going to watch the first one later.
I thought, Henry Cavill is serviceable, but I think he's just a boring guy.
Yeah.
I actually will not go that far.
What?
He has
What is he? What's he in that? It's like, wow. First Superman's all right. Man of Steel's all
I haven't
right.
seen him in enough stuff. I mean,
Man of Steel's probably the best.
he's supposedly he's in a
DC
TV
movie.
show. He's in a TV show that's like The Tudors. I'd be curious to see if he's this.
But
he's the exact same in that too.
But he has no charisma. And
He's
it's
got
funny how
charisma. He just doesn't have.
But maybe he
no.
does though. I don't
Do you
know.
know who has charisma?
Like,
It's Tom Cruise.
Yes, he
Everything
does.
Tom Cruise in is charisma.
But maybe that's intentional.
No, Tom Cruise has got charisma. The same thing with what's his name?
Right.
in
No,
The
I know
Lion.
that. I know
every
Tom Cruise has natural charisma.
I know, but there's no natural
maybe-
charisma in him. Why is he-
because he's not supposed. He's the villain of the movie.
I know,
You're not
but he's,
supposed to
as
like.
Villains can
Superman,
have
he's
charisma.
boring. As every movie I've seen him in, he's boring.
But he's supposed to be like a background. Like in this movie,
Even
I'm
as
going to
a
at least
man,
defend
he's
him.
boring. Like he's
Right.
boring.
Superman though, I will I can rationalize.
There was another movie
Superman,
I saw
I'll
him
rationalize.
in. What was it? The Fall of is it Stardust or whatever the hell it is? He was boring in that too.
Stardust?
I've never even heard of
Is that the Robert De Niro movie?
Yeah, I think Henry Cavill is in it. He's like not
Really?
ripped yet.
I haven't seen that in years.
But let's take. He's no charisma. No, like.
He does. He hasn't found his stride.
But,
yet.
but I think a lot of actors now don't have that charisma. I think a lot of leading men don't.
You're not wrong.
I mean, Robert Downey Jr. steals all of it, and the other guys are just boring. Well,
What?
Paul Rudd has got charisma. That movie was funny because Paul Rudd is funny.
I feel like that whole movie, okay, this is a deviation. I feel like the whole movie, the whole universe of Marvel right now is every charismatic person ever as every character.
Except for Hawkeye.
What?
Well,
I think Jeremy Renner's awesome. I love Jeremy Renner.
he was in the 4th Mission Impossible. I found out. That's who.
He's in 4 and 5.
He's in the 5th one too.
Yeah.
You know who
What
else
happened to
doesn't have a
him?
lot of charisma? Is,
He didn't have charisma.
Who plays the Hulk right now? I forget his name.
He's an awesome actor too.
He's
That's
a great
the
actor.
point.
I don't
You know,
mind him to
They're
have
all
charisma.
good actors. That's the whole point, though. That's my whole
Is
point.
good
that-
acting charisma?
No, that's my whole point too.
No, but you can't. There's sometimes where you can't elevate beyond. You can only go so high with what is given to you. Like there's a limit.
I think what's his name? The guy who plays Thor has now developed charisma.
Yes.
He's gotten better. But
Agree.
and then Star-Lord charisma. Everybody else doesn't have charisma. Like Captain America has no charisma.
I think
Well-
the task at hand here is moot. Whether or not Henry Cavill has charisma.
I mean, either way, the start of the. I mean,
He
the
was
three
serviceable.
The 3 repeat characters for the most part are. Tom Cruise, Ving Rhames, and Simon Pegg, and they are perfect. Like,
Yes.
I mean, there's if anybody even questioned if they were in the next one, it would like how
I'd
can
be
you
upset.
how can you even separate those things at this
no,
point?
Yeah, they're the
those
Three Stooges, man.
Like I like it how they teamed them up, and now they are Mission Impossible.
Yeah, I would give this. I'm going to split the difference and just say
John Boyd has charisma.
this is right.
he does.
This is right in the.
Especially that scene when he jumped the shark.
Let him write.
Want to finish?
Yeah,
we're
I'm
at
done.
the end. We're gonna.
I'm
end
done.
now.
We can do this all
I'm gonna
day.
say 7.5.
Well, I
You
read
can't
like
do
split.
halves.
I rated it better than you. You could do halves.
I'm gonna.
If we can
I'm
do
splitting the
halves, I
difference.
give-
Why is 7.5? Why did I rate it higher than you did?
Because you enjoyed it more.
Yeah. I mean, that's it.
I just like good action movies.
It was good.
Yeah.
I mean, it was good. I mean, it's fun.
I'll watch
and
it
it's good.
again.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing. I'm not gonna like overly critique it, and it was fun, and I'm ready for the
yeah,
next
there's very
one.
little to
like
criticize.
it's good to me. That's very good for me. Like Mission Impossible, the original, is like a 9, like easily a 9.
Yeah,
I think it's
8.5,
amazing.
Yeah.
I think it's an 8.2.
This one, it's
But a better eight, a better
the,
eight.
It's hit the point where like. Yes, I will give it credit for all the technical prowess, and it's amazing. Look at all the things they did. But it's also one of those movies. Like right now, I'm looking at Wikipedia. Budget 178 million. Box office as of now is 200 million. So it's like
It broke even.
It's just. I mean,
yet.
it's gonna explode, and it'll probably hit, 600, 700 million easily.
In
but
China,
like,
will they have it? Will they insert an Asian character, like when they show it in China?
like they refilmed the whole movie with
No,
an Asian
No,
character.
just some pickup shots.
They did pick up shots. And Simon Pegg's now replaced by a Chinese guy,
The thing is that these movies
and he just
have-
speaks Mandarin.
These
No one else
movies
speaks
have
Mandarin.
a crazy budget, so I'm kind of grading it. Especially
what
at the
was the-
6th movie, I'm grading it slightly on a curve to the
'Cause
point
the
where it's
budget.
like, oh look, that's why I want to give the credit mostly to the original, and then
because
some
the
of-
writing is better.
yeah.
Than,
This
what was the budget in the original?
yeah, they did more with less. That's clear.
But that's the thing about good writing.
yeah.
Writing trumps money any day. And if you could write something really well, you can, especially if you're on a limited budget, it might be better.
Yeah.
Than throwing Avatar money at it.
So
It was
like
probably like what, 70 million to make the first one? Maybe even less.
Dun, dun,
I'm almost
dun,
there.
dun, dun,
The
dun.
thing about this is that like 7.5 may seem lowish compared to
I don't think
especially
so.
But it's great.
Rotten Tomatoes.
But it's
or
great on
whatever.
inflation.
This is one of those like where it's like absolutely go see it. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
really fun and awesome
Recommended.
and like
Really good movie.
original movie was the
Fun.
original Mission Impossible 80 million. I don't know if like that was $1996, so maybe it was closer to who knows. Maybe
It
it's
was a big budget
yeah,
movie.
that's
but
actually a really big
still
budget.
less money.
So anyway,
with less.
definitely go see it. It's really good.
I loved it.
I'm
Who's
excited
the
for
director?
more.
Director's pretty good.
This is one. Christopher McQuarrie. Not
McQuarrie?
McQuarrie. It's
Ralph
the same
McQuarrie?
name. It's the same name as Ralph McQuarrie. Yeah.
McQuarrie?
Yeah. It's the exact same last name.
Chris. Okay.
It may even be related. I don't know.
No. Well, he's a good director. Knows what he's doing. You know what I like about these? They do have a sense of, they take it serious. You know what's nice about this compared to a Marvel movie? It didn't feel like a cartoon,
You
even
mean
though
they
there were some
didn't-
cartoon things happening.
There wasn't a joke beat every 10 seconds?
Absolutely, but it was still.
Jokes are better when they're peppered in, not
You're
everywhere.
right, and they're funnier when they're peppered in. Too.
Like when SNL host, what's his name? The boss of the group.
In this,
Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin.
Thank you for helping me
Coffee for
out.
Closers.
I thought you were talking
When-
about Avengers. Sorry.
When Henry Cavill figured out the double cross where Simon Pegg had the mask on and then Alec Baldwin had the gun pull, and that was a funny scene.
But it was realistic.
Yeah.
Like
This
you
one's loaded.
Yeah, he's like, you did good till then. Like you were doing so good till then, or something.
See, that
like
was believable humor.
It was, and like him jumping out the window, that was funny.
It was.
It's like I'm gonna jump out the window, and it wasn't. This one took a. They've gotten a little more lighthearted compared to the first one. The first one
But
was
not
a
in
little
a
more
way
serious.
that ruins the serious.
No, but it's still. That's when humor is good. That's where the Last Jedi failed. You know, like it's just.
Here we go. All right. Hour 2.
Why can't get your coffee ready, boys?
I'll put a pot on.
Yeah. Hold on, we're taking a little
All right.
intermission.
We're gonna wrap.
Why
this up.
can't the Last Jedi be like Mission Impossible Fallout?
Yeah. Really though, actually.
Seriously?
So, all right. Yeah, we're done with this movie.
What do you mean we're done with it?
Next week we're doing. It's actually a really special week. We're doing a whole Rampage.
Oh,
week,
yeah,
right?
Rampage.
Yeah.
Correct.
Which I don't know if there's even like some competing new movie out, but regardless, we're gonna review.
I've wanted to see it.
We're gonna review the Rampage movie that came out 6 months ago. Maybe a little less.
It's on
Yeah.
video.
The Rock. Yeah, it's on DVD now. And the reason we're doing it is because we have a video short with it, and we're also we're gonna play video games with the movie.
The
It's a
Rampage.
whole,
Yeah, I have.
it's a whole
Rampage.
thing. So next week is a big Sparker Madness week.
Yeah, you can call it a coordinated attack.
It's a coordinated attack around a movie that I don't know if anybody cares about to see.
We ran out the convention center, and you're all
Everybody at
invited.
Gen Con, get out!
Yeah,
Get outta here.
No, that's next week. Gen Con's
Yeah.
happening now.
I
We're
know,
gonna
I
have to
know.
scrub the whole walls with deodorant.
So if you really give that's all right. Let's insult our audience. Like let's insult the hygiene
Hey
of our
man,
audience. As we do a movie that's based off an Atari video game.
I'm a nerd too.
Yeah.
an
I have
It's not Atari. Yeah.
It's arcade.
Okay.
you're just Atari.
Yeah. Anyway, tune in next
Atari.
week. We got a lot of fun
That's what I
stuff.
meant.
It's gonna be really good next week. So all right, that's it.
Bye.
We're in the money.